What is going on, movie meals? Movie meals, don't mind the tan line. We just got back from a little short vacation. We saw Ant-Man and the Wasp when we were there, and we were here to talk non-spoilers of Ant-Man and the Wasp. I'm going to start this one off. I absolutely enjoyed the heck out of this movie. I already know I like it more than the first one. I think it is a... It's slightly, I mean, it's not as heist filmy, but it's still, similar beats throughout the movie from the first one, which I'm okay with. I thought worked. I thought the humor was just as great as last time. I really enjoyed every character coming back, but what I really enjoyed more than anything was the Wasp. She got way more screen time, and that's what really mattered to me. Everything else is great. The directing, the writing, all that was great, but the Wasp getting more screen time is what really sold this for me. I thought they were about on par, and that's what knocks Ant-Man 2 above Ant-Man 1 for me, because I thought everybody came to play. I thought Paul Rudd was great. We got a perfect dose of everybody to me. I really enjoyed this movie.
Nice. I'm right there with you. I think that after all the heaviness that was Avengers Infinity War, Marvel really needed to give us another movie that was a little bit more lighthearted, a little bit more back in the fun parts of the Marvel Universe, and I think that's what Ant-Man and the Wasp definitely does. I enjoyed it, I think, just as much as the first Ant-Man, so I think if people really loved the first Ant-Man, I think they'll like this one just as much. And I have to agree with you, everyone came to play on this, and they did such a good job with all the material that was presented to them, especially the Wasp. I really love the Wasp in this. I'm glad Evangeline Lilly had a lot more to do with this. I love that she got to really put on the suit and have a lot more action-packed moments, and she is a great part of the Ant-Man and the Wasp team. Such fun action, a fun cat and mouse story, a chase. It's really more of a chase film than a heist film as compared to the first one, and I really appreciated that. Like, it was almost the same beast that we saw in the first Ant-Man, but they changed it up just a little bit to make it just different enough, and I really appreciated that.
Yeah, I really don't know. I'm trying to think of my negatives. Maybe the only thing is I slightly felt a little too much of Michael Pena this time, but I thought overall he still does great. I still laughed at a lot of the stuff he said. And maybe the villain's a little bit is a generic Marvel villain. But they tried to give the villain in this more heart. Guys, there's not really a villain in this movie. It's kind of just different stories that all kind of happen all at once, all this crazy shenanigans. So the villain is kind of weak, but I enjoyed the backstory of the villain for what it was, so I was okay with it. But those are really my only big negatives.
Yeah, villains aren't really the bad part about this film. Like, they're just not really doing much for the overall story. Like, they're there, you see them happening, they're going through their beats, and then they kind of just come and go as they please. They're not bad, but they're definitely not like, a Killmonger or a Loki. They're just not quite to that level, Thanos. For sure. Well, yeah, to a Thanos, you're right. I would say that the main problems that it has is that the movie's a bit too predictable. Maybe a few characters were just given too much of screen time when it could have been focused on something else. But yeah, just overall, though, it's just as fun as the first one, I think. I really enjoyed my time there. I'm ready for the next movie, Captain Marvel. I'm really stoked for that one. I'm glad that we got to see Ant-Man and the Wasp finally in one movie together.
Predictable? I don't know about that. I disagree. I didn't think it was predictable. But anyway, Captain Marvel wrapped filming today. All done. That'll be the next one. Guys, we have the rating system is on hiatus. Ratings are on hiatus for now for a while, so just bear with us at the end of the videos for the 4 of you that watch to the end of the videos. But we both clearly enjoyed the movie quite a lot. You know what? You can guess what that would be. Also, guys, starting on Thursday, the Weaver Wire podcast. That's the name of our new podcast that I'm going to be the host of. Weaver's my last name. That's where the name came from.
Makes sense.
It's a podcast. Will be up some point on Thursday. I've already done it, filmed it, shot it with a good buddy of mine, a first guest. This guy will probably be a guest here soon as well. I'm just going to have different guests on a new show to talk about all things pop culture. We get into a lot in this podcast, guys. We get into books, TV, Game of Thrones, Star Wars a little bit. We get into some horror. We talk about Stephen King and It. So please check that out on Thursday. Remember to like, subscribe, share, comment on all our videos we put up. And as always, thanks for watching, Mom.
See you guys.